We were told that it wouldn't come to Newcastle because it's not a metabolic centre and it's not a lysosomal storage centre. So we were like, okay, so how do we make it that? Like literally just what do we do to get that? And then it was Mike McKean who'd seen our emails and he said, hang on. I've seen we'd said no and I've seen you've come back. I've seen we've said no again and I've seen you've come back. So I thought, hang on, right, why are we saying no? And it was the empathy that was shown and the understanding of, right, let's see what we can do.
So we probably, from the initial approach that we had, it took somewhere between 6 and 9 months. We had hoped to do it a little bit quicker, but there were practicalities. You have to remember we were doing this in COVID, there were still lockdowns happening. That delayed things, and we had to line up a few more ducks before we got it going. But it was great when we finally did get it going just over a year ago now, and it's been pretty smooth all the way through, thanks to such good coordination and all the help we've had from the various teams around us.
It was quite difficult at the beginning because I'm not from a metabolic background, so I think other areas that had metabolic nurses that were doing it, so it was just working with the wider team. But once we got a good team behind us, it was great because we had pharmacy were really helpful with the guidelines and the policies and things like that. Dr. Anderson was obviously really good, and everybody just within the trust, the staff on the board were just really, really helpful, so it made my job easier.
Joining this role was fairly daunting, learning a new role as a specialist nurse, but then on top of that, joining a developing service. So I was really interested, but knew I would have to supplement my role. So I actually approached my matron and just said, do you think there's any possibility I could do a dual role rather than having to leave completely? Because I didn't dislike my job, it just felt like an opportunity that I couldn't miss. And she just said, leave it with me, I will look into it. It's enabled me to progress my career earlier than I'd originally planned, but in a way that still works for me and still means that I can support the team that I was in and still develop in the role and the team that I'm in now.
I think being in this role has shown me that being a specialist nurse, you are empowered to further what you need to do. To give the infusions, consultants could normally would go along, and it would be the consultants or the registrars who would administer infusion. In this Newcastle Trust, it's not a nursing role, so I had to go through the clinical role development group to show that as a nurse this could be done safely, and we had the sort of the backing of the wider team, the health and safety, to make sure that we were doing this right.
It's been great to have that nursing support. We couldn't do it without it. We're really lucky to have them as part of that service, and I know that the families have developed a really good personal friendship, if you like, with the nurses, and that's been great because, you know, that kind of friendly, family-centred approach is what we've always aimed to achieve here at the Great North Children's Hospital.
We absolutely love the team. We've always said from the minute we came on day one, it was like we were home. They look after us practically and they care for the children and they administer the treatment, but it is the way that they make you feel and that they really look after you, and they're just amazing. We always say you're like little angels on earth. So yeah, they are definitely our hospital family.
The main thing is the patients and the families. They're the most important thing in all of this, and to see how well they do and cope with everything that's thrown at them. Like, we're just the little cog in the wheel, aren't we, to help things a little bit.
We had two choices. We could sit and be really sad and let it affect our life and the children's lives and just be quiet about it, or we can share it and hopefully get support and get help along the way.
It's been challenging at times, and the sense of achievement and almost the pride in that I've been part of something that is new, and that is such an honour.
A new patient's coming soon, so it'll be our 4th patient, and he's going to have the full journey with us That is a really nice thing that we can offer that here in Newcastle, and that is a sense of achievement.
It was thanks to the tenacity of the Rich family that this happened, and who knows what the future brings. This is an innovative therapy. There will be, I am sure, other therapies like it, and we're in a position to be able to cooperate, coordinate, and offer those therapies in the future, which is great news.
We're just so grateful to the team here, because it's changed our lives, and it'll change families' lives to come when families will not have to travel like we did.